Happy hump day. It's Jackie here. I got my big old cup of coffee. I just literally it was 1:26 and I washed my face and brushed my teeth for the first time. I finished then. So you get fresh Jackie. I just got done taking care of or not taking care of putting a desk together in my middle daughter's room. So I feel very rushed, but I'm here. She has the smallest bedroom in the house, and we did built-ins on her wall, and she had this little teeny desk, but she's in 7th grade. She's very studious, and she wanted a bigger desk area. And I was like, well, come work in my office. I have this nice, cute setup in here, and she's wants her own. So we got her a bigger desk, and I just put it together. She's going to be really excited when she gets home. But following those instructions fried my brain. So it's done, and I'm here, and I'm excited to be sitting with coffee. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am currently, let me see here. Oh, I'm 24 hours and 20 minutes into a 72-hour fast. I had mentioned this a while ago. My dad asked me if I'd want to do a 100-hour fast with him, and I really wanted to say yes to woohoo, go team, but I really didn't want to do a 100-hour fast. And then I said I'd be willing to do a 3-day, so or do 3 days while he does a 100-hour fast. So I am currently into day 2, just past my day 1. We didn't start at the exact same time, but yesterday until Friday, and he's actually going to be breaking his fast in St. Martin. He just turned 60, so I think it's kind of like a celebratory, kind of like a fun push into vacation. So I think he's done maybe a 3-day before, or really close to a 3-day. He and I just had a little conversation, kicking it off. It was fun. And then I know this is kind of silly, but I'm not vlogging this one. I do all of our quarterly fasts, and I told Matt I'm just super excited to not record myself the whole time. And I love sharing videos with you guys, and obviously I've been doing YouTube for a long time. It's something I enjoy. But when something that I'm used to documenting all day, kind of narrating my thought process, it's tiring. And I know that might seem silly, but it is. So to do a 3-day fast and not be vlogging it, I'm like, this is kind of nice. But I am going to make how I break my fast and a few videos from it. And of course, talk to you guys about it live. But I see we have some comments that have come in. I am, just sipping this, and this isn't sponsored, but I am saving this for later. I have wanted it all day, but to me, it's going to be something to look forward to this evening. And then trying to think what dinner is. So yesterday it was a fundraiser dinner. I didn't make dinner, I ate lunch. And that was super simple because it benefited my kids' school. I just picked it up. No big deal. Yes, I would have loved to have participated in it, but it took something off my plate. So night 1 was easy. Tonight, I'm making frozen hash brown patties, which I don't dislike them, but they're not a favorite food. I'm making applesauce, which all of my kids and my husband love. I like it, but it's not something I'll miss out on. And then blueberry sheet pancakes. So again, I really like those, but they freeze great. So if I want them this weekend or something, I can unfreeze them. I know my family will like it, and it's super simple. So it's an easy dinner. And then tomorrow is pasta, buttered pasta with Parmesan, rolls, and salad kit. I can't remember. I feel like there was something else. And we also have pesto and red sauce if anyone wants it. But another really simple dinner, and pasta is the lowest to me in all the foods that I'd rather eat. But my family is it's number 1 for them. So that's my easy dinners that I'm not going to be eating, but still making while fasting. And that always makes it easier for me. Because if I were making let me think, lasagna soup, which I wouldn't for my family, because that's for me, that would be really hard to make that and smell it and stay away. I know I could still do it, but it's much easier when I leave that kind of stuff out. Woohoo! Karen, I'm glad you're here too. Hope you're having a great day. Hi, Blue Ocean. Hi, Patty. Oh, you're in day 2 of a 72-hour fast. Woohoo! I'm with ya. We're in it together. I just started my day 2, though. Loving this lifestyle, maintaining my 110-pound weight loss. That is honestly so amazing. I am with you. I'm in it for all the other benefits as well, but that is so awesome, Patty. I am so happy for you. Look how joyful you look in your picture, too. Karen says, your tips for averting sugar cravings while including something sweet last week were really helpful. Yay! I'm really glad that they helped you. I sometimes feel a little bit of imposter syndrome just because I'm not, a nutritionist, or giving food advice sometimes makes me feel like, but I just share with you guys what works for me and what helps, and I'm really happy that helped you. So woohoo, go Karen. And also I love that you said woohoo, because my mom and I always say woohoo. Let's see. Earlier eating window helps too for some reason. I honestly think for me, if I didn't have my family, I probably would do like a late lunch every single day, because it's late enough that it's like something to look forward to, but then I can get pretty full and it lasts me most of the day. I think that would be my normal. I actually like having like a 1-ish eating window is probably like perfect for me. If I like, now that I'm 5 years in, for me, it had to be later earlier because that would have been too early as I was adjusting, but everyone finds what works for them. I'm kind of rambling now. Hi, Charlotte. Hey, Mom. Welcome. No one be naughty. The moderator's here. Hi, Keto Nito. Every time I read your name, I don't know if I've said this before, I think of this. I have a number of these kind of, I squeeze them and, do whatever. I have the Nice Cube, the Nito Ball, my gummy bears. I love all the squishy hand things, but every time I read your name, Keto Nito, I think of those. I love seeing Mom cheer for Patty. Charlotte, how many months of OMAD intermittent fasting until you reach your goal weight? So one thing that I hate sharing about this is that it really is different for everyone, and my weight loss happened and it was very linear, but it doesn't happen that way for everyone. So I just like to preface it by saying that. I lost I didn't weigh myself for the first 4 weeks, and in that 4 weeks I lost 4 pounds. So I adjusted and lost 4 pounds at the end of it. That was after I'd like come off a diet where I had already lost weight but struggled to lose a little bit of weight. And then from there, I lost the other 30-ish pounds in a 5-month period. And that was doing 1 meal a day. And every 7 days, I had 1 down day and 1 up day. So 5 days of the week, I was eating OMAD. And that wasn't my intention at first, but it just quickly evolved into that. And then 1 day a week, I didn't eat, or I had a 500-calorie meal. And immediately following it, I had a day where I ate at least 6 hours and 2 meals. I did that, and I lost weight within 5 months, and then I just stopped losing weight. And I was pretty happy where I was, which is where I'm still at, but I thought I was going to get lower, because when I got married, I weighed 127 pounds, same height, and I had lost a bunch of weight though. This is like kind of all over the place. I had lost a bunch of weight right before I got married, like stress of graduating college, finding a big girl job, we moved, getting married. I dropped weight, but I was, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'll get down to that lowest weight that I can remember, 127. And then, so in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm going to keep going. I have a lot of space that I could go, because I've been 127 pounds at 5'10". Well, I got to the, 150 is like my sweet spot. I know what I can do. I can get lower than that. I just am so comfortable with not counting anything. I don't want to do low carb. I don't want to cut out sugar. I want to still enjoy my foods. I'd rather restrict time, and that is just like a personal decision. I really like the easy approach. So long story short, I guess I took a short story long. It took me 5 months to lose weight, not trying to do anything else. I have been stuck there. And when I say stuck, like happily living there since then. My weight fluctuates. I don't even weigh myself anymore, but I can still wear all my same clothes. Like right now, I am on the heaviest day of my period. I ain't gonna weigh myself right now. I know the weight wouldn't be, 150. But then there's times, after the 3-day fast, obviously it's gonna be below 150 probably. I just don't weigh myself because my clothes fit. I enjoy the lifestyle, but that took me 5 months to get to that point. I've done other things like 75 hard. I've done keto for a month, just kind of trying, making fun different videos, testing different things. And it can get me lower, but I always go back to that 150, the low 150s without effort, maintaining it, doing OMAD. And I'm very happy with the balance of the two. So it took me 5 months, and then I've been living in that life for over 4 years now. So I know that was probably a long story, but that's how I got there. It's not that same way for everyone. Some people might have more insulin issues to deal with, or it takes longer to become metabolically flexible, or I ate carbs and sugar and all the things, and then I cut my eating window down. I wasn't like the super, I hate to say this, healthy eater. Like, I'm not judging myself, but I ate the same diet I eat now, probably worse though, all day long. So some people have been like, trying to eat super healthy, no carb, no sugar, and then they cut back, but then they add all those foods in. I didn't do that. There's so many different approaches and variations that play into it. But I think the really big thing is if you're learning to fast and you're feeling good and it's something that you feel like, hey, this is actually sustainable, even if you don't see the weight loss, like lean into the benefits. Like, I'm not feeling like I'm diety. I'm able to enjoy, an eating window every day without stress. Oh my gosh, I'm not actually hungry all day when I fast. I've learned to adjust. Lean into those things, even if you're not seeing the scale move, and it will eventually come. Yes, I still have belly fat, and I definitely had a lot more. I feel like if you look at before and after pictures, I don't know if I can find one. I am on my desktop. I do all my work on my laptop, except for going live and just a few other things. But I'm trying to think if I would have access to find my before and after photo. But I do feel like if you find a before and after photo, a lot of my videos, I try to include them. I definitely had a lot more like hips and belly fat. I definitely had more than I do now. I still have the mom pooch, guarding my uterus, but I don't want to say most, much of it went away. It's still present. I have fat, but it definitely shrunk from fasting. Actually, before I keep reading questions, I have a question for you guys, and I'd love your input before I forget to ask. So I've been doing my walking every day. It's like one of the highlights of my day. I love walking, you guys know that, but I actually started doing it on the treadmill because of the weather outside and making myself do it every day. And I actually love it. I have my iPad. I watch The Price is Right, or if The Price is Right, there's not a new show, I sometimes have been watching Survivor. Anyways, I'm doing it at a very steep incline and walking at like 2.5 miles per hour. I'm sweating so much when I do this compared to like my normal stride walking outside. If anyone has any tips on hair, what you do, because I don't want to wash my hair every day. I just started putting baby powder in it, and yes, I need to get my hair colored, but this isn't baby powder color. Any tips on sweating and hair so that you don't have to wash it every day? I've come to terms that I'll probably have to shower every night, and I'm okay with that. I just don't want to wash my hair every day. So if anyone has tips, like Karen, I know you are a workout queen and you have gorgeous, beautiful hair. If you have any tips, anyone, I would love them. I'm just starting to now put I'm wearing a headband to kind of help absorb it, and then putting baby powder in as a dry shampoo. Any other tips, I would love. The baby powder actually seems to help. Okay, I see that there's a comment that says you'd love to see a before and after photo, so I'm just looking on my phone so I can send it to my computer really quick. Let's see here. I have to search bikini to find it, which who knows what I'll find. No results. Okay. This is going to be super janky, me finding this, but I know how I can find one and show it to you, even if I don't airdrop it. While this is loading. Okay, so there's like obviously better resolutions, but how do I rate this experience? Well, maybe later I'll rate it. I don't know. I just feel like you can see I have a lot more here than I did, or I do now. This is like the most low-tech thing ever. But that's my like big before photo that I took right before I started doing this. I wish I would have put a little more thought into where I was, because that picture has been shared way more than I thought I'd ever share it when I took it, because I certainly never thought I'd be sharing anything about my weight loss experience online. Okay, woo-wee. I have lost officially all control of comments over here. Okay, we are back. Patty saying thanks to mom. Alexander says, I lost 30 pounds from having my babies back. to back from if. Yay! I eat the foods I love. I've learned so much from you. Thank you. Yay! Well, I'm so excited for you. I 100% wish I had fasting back after my son. I lost all the weight after my middle daughter, but then I gained it back. But fasting would have really helped me after all my kids. So I'm so glad you have the tools, and I'm glad we're in it together. Woo! Let's see here. Yes, that I honestly think someday that will be my eating window when my kids are grown. Nice. Computer. Okay. Yes, all on. Oh, on air. I've had the sign for a long time. I just finally put it up. It kind of, I wish I could get it to not glow that bad, but I like it too. I thought it was, I've had it since I was in the basement. I've just never found a good way to display it. But thank you, Ma. Yay, go Kimberly. Woohoo! Woohoo! All the woohoos. I'm excited for you. I hope you find the same peace that I have and that you've had before. So go Kimberly. Charlotte says, tips for not getting desperate. I had lost 11 pounds, but sometimes I feel so far from the goal. It sounds stupid, but I know people can relate that it's difficult to wait. You know, I honestly, I do know what you're saying. I had that less when I was fasting and more when I've done like Weight Watchers. Probably because I didn't love the process. I would encourage you to really, really work on your mindset with fasting, on focusing not just on the results, but also focusing on, and I hope you're finding this, so I know that I'm maybe putting words in your mouth or speaking experiences that maybe you don't have, but I hope this is the case, that with fasting, one of my favorite things about it is the removal of diet mindset. So anytime that I've done Weight Watchers or Diet Bet, I was always thinking about if I could eat something, what the impact would be if I ate it or if I didn't eat it. And it was this mind, the word that came to my mind is a word I won't say, but it it screws with your mind all day, every day. And it's so exhausting. And then it takes away the joy when you do eat something or when you choose to, because then you're still thinking like, okay, now that I did this, here's what I have to do later. If you're not getting the weight loss that you want right away, are you at least having less of those types of diet brain taking over? So when you're fasting, are you able to be like, hey, I still feel good. I can enjoy coffee, tea, water, and then eventually get to an eating window that I love, and there's so much more peace. The peace to me is so amazing. Like, here I am 5 years later, sharing on the world, well, almost 5 years later, sharing with the world a lifestyle because of the peace that it's brought me. I'm not doing it because I want people to feel like, oh my gosh, you need to lose weight. I've never talked about weight loss before I did fasting because it felt shameful. And with this, I don't feel like I'm going to gain the weight back, and I don't feel like I'm constantly screwing with my brain. I'm enjoying this lifestyle, and because of that is what made me start to share. So I really hope that even if I don't even want to say only lost 11 pounds because that's amazing, but even if you have so far to go weight-wise, what can you like daily remind myself, like, today I get to have an eating window I enjoy. Today I get to have foods that I enjoy, and I can add the things that I need to it. And I don't have to fret about dieting all day long. Like, I'm so grateful for that. What can you really hype yourself up every single day? The benefits of fasting that aren't weight loss, and really focus on those. Focus on enjoying your eating window. Focus on learning to really, smash your fast. Like, hey, I know when the hunger pains strike, I can make myself a fresh cup of coffee. And then you start to look forward to like, hey, in the afternoon, I tend to get a little antsy or feel a little hungry. And that's when you pour yourself an iced coffee from the fridge, and it's something that you start to look forward to. Like, opening my bottle of water at night is kind of a ritual that I look forward to now. I try to save my sparkling water for the evening, and it's just kind of a treat. Like, I love carbonated beverages, so having that in the evening was a way that it was like, well, I'm not in my eating window anymore. I know I closed it, but having that was a treat. And I don't mean like, to me, that's like telling someone, oh, have rice cake as dessert. Like, well, that's not dessert. I'm not trying to say that, but it is something I look forward to. I hope that makes sense. So rely on the benefits you're seeing that aren't weight loss, remind yourself of all of those, keep building the fasting muscle, and know, like, hey, I've already made 11 pounds of progress. I am changing not just my weight, but I'm changing my lifestyle. I'm going to find peace, and I am cheering for you. I know it can be hard, but I think 11 pounds so far is amazing, and you've made choices that are bettering yourself, and that's amazing. So I'm cheering for you to keep going. Whew, sometimes I feel like a blab, and I hope I made sense. Yeah, I agree. I think weight loss, no one story looks the same, and you're right. If it was a short story, there wouldn't be a diet culture, would there? Hi, Karen. I'm doing pretty good. I hope you are. I hope you're not in another snowstorm. Let's see. How are you? It's been so busy here at year end, quarter end, and I'm so ready to book a vacay. I'm thinking Toronto. Woohoo! I'm 42 hours into my 48, having for brain power, having roasted cauliflower and chicken. Woohoo! Yummy, yummy. That sounds so good. Roasted cauliflower and chicken. I don't know if your chicken's roasted. I just threw that in there, but cauliflower sounds so good. I have a full head in my refrigerator that I was already thinking of like ways to roast it for this weekend. So I'm excited. And I'm excited for you getting your brain power and finishing the quarter strong. I feel like every time we talk, you're at a quarter end, but 3 months goes really fast, doesn't it? If you head to Toronto, I don't know, maybe we could have a Dearborn meetup. That'd be fun. And I hope you get whatever vacation you are looking for. Thank you so much, Karen. If you guys ever need a coach, she's your lady. I'm not interested in coaching, but Karen is literally like built to be a coach. She's so encouraging and knowledgeable. So hit her up if you're looking for a coach. Oh, you saw the pic. That was the one I saw flash up. I must be like way behind. Oh my gosh. Sorry. When it goes down, it goes it's hard to get back without like clicking through, and then it looks like I'm ignoring them. Blow dry. Okay, so like blow dry my wet, sweaty hair. I would have never considered that. And dry shampoo. Yeah, this is gonna make me sound super stingy. I hate buying dry shampoo. It's so stinking expensive, and it seems like it goes like, not that it's not effective, but my can just feels like it goes quickly. And I also share it with teen girls, so that's probably one reason. So I'm hoping that I can get the baby powder to work kind of well. Oh, where do you live, Miss Girl? If you ever see me in public, I hope you say hi. Let's see. For post-workout hair, I rub vinegar water on my roots, and I also like Pacifica's powder dry shampoo. I can go a couple of days of sweating with dry shampoo. I have fine hair if that helps. Oh, good to know. I'm going to actually write that down. That specific brand. I have no paper here. And vinegar water. I've never heard of that. But I appreciate this. I'm going to look up all of this stuff. And it actually surprises me how much I'm sweating. And I know it's the resistance of the incline, which I love incline walking. It's just been a long time since I've done it. I used to do it when I worked regularly, and I wear a weighted vest. So the weighted vest and the incline really, I just stink afterwards. Dude wipes. Okay, I'm gonna look. I've never heard of those either. That is one thing I like about vinegar, is how the smell dissipates, because I clean a lot of food with it, and smell goes away. And even, mopping your floors with it. The dude wipes is to wipe sweat off, which when we sweat, we usually sweat salt and toxins, so you definitely want to wipe it off. I usually wipe off any sweat right after and go on, shower later. I love that idea. Thank you. And I do notice that now that I'm wearing a headband, it's actually helped a lot, because I know it absorbs it instead of just sitting right there. And obviously I'm washing those every time. I just hate washing my hair, if you can't tell. Thank you for your videos. I love to see how much dedication you put into it, and your vlogs are my favorite. Oh, thank you so much. That is so nice of you. I actually appreciate that encouragement, because sometimes I'm like, do all of these vlogs seem the same? I hope not. And I actually really enjoy sharing the vlogs, because it feels just more, not that any of them are inauthentic because I don't share anything that I don't believe. But when I'm just sharing, like narrating the day and what goes into my thoughts or everything, it just feels, it's more off the cuff, and I'm not trying to be like, make sure you hit this point, you know, that I do in some of the sitting videos. So I appreciate that. Thank you. How to get over the fear of failure when fasting? Well, I'm going to be very honest. I am not someone that deals with the fear of failure. Well, actually, that's kind of a lie. My personality type, if I think I'm going to fail at something, I don't generally do it. So I guess I do have a fear of failure. But if I try to do something, it's generally because I think I'm going to do it, and I'm pretty strong-willed. So that's a personality thing, and I know that doesn't help. But one thing that I think I do naturally that I think other people can work on is when I fail at something, or if something doesn't go the way that I planned, I try to look at it not as failure, but like, what can I learn from this? So if you have an eating window that you end up feeling really crappy, like, analyze it. Don't just say, oh my gosh, I ruined my fast because I had a horrible eating window. Ask yourself, like, what's horrible about it? Well, I feel overstuffed. Okay, so you feel overstuffed. And yes, this is like an internal dialogue I'm encouraging you to have. Like, okay, I feel overstuffed. What made that happen? Well, I ate 3 bowls of soup, which was really good, and I enjoyed it, and I'm glad that I was able to eat dinner that I made. But I probably could have not had the 3rd bowl and still really enjoyed the dinner I made without having the 3rd one. Oh, okay, well, I guess in the future we could take away that we can still enjoy dinner and appreciate the fruits of our labor without having 3 bowls. And like, I know it sounds kind of cuckoo, but that's how I approach failures. And I think that I don't even honestly think of a lot of things as failures. It's like, well, it didn't go the way I planned, and I have learned that next time I will listen a little bit more and consider if I need, you know, that additional serving. Or even, you know, I made Christmas cookies and I ate 6 of them, and then I had a really restless night of sleep, and I've noticed that when I eat a lot of sugar, that happens. So maybe I can still make the Christmas cookies because I enjoy the process, and I'll still eat some, but 6 may not be what I need to do. So having those kind of like honest conversations with yourself, walking yourself through, you know, I only fasted 14 hours today and my goal was 18. Don't call yourself a failure. Don't say, oh, I screwed it up. I better not, I won't even have an eating window. Just be like, well, I actually noticed that after, or right before I start a period, this is my personal experience, right before I start a period, I'm actually a lot hungrier than I normally am. Even though I've been doing this fasting thing for a long time, I guess I maybe need to eat a little bit more before my period. So I'm going to honor my body and I'm going to do this. Or maybe it's going to be, I gave in and I ate earlier than I wanted to, and now I really regret that decision. Well, remember next time when you want to give in and you're like, well, I remember how much I wish I would have just stuck with the fast last time. I'm going to prove to myself that I can do it. I think there's just so many ways that you can learn from failures, or learning, instead of calling it a failure, from something that didn't go the way you thought it would, to do better next time. And that's the way that I feel like I'm honestly in a lot of my ways, a lot of things that I do, that I just don't like. This is gonna make me sound like a cuckoo, but this is a lot of my ADHD is gonna be shown. There are so many things, businesses I wanted to start. I have probably literally started 8, if not more, YouTube channels behind the scenes, and then I just burn out and I think, oh, that's not gonna work, or I'm not gonna do that. I get so excited about things and I try things, and then I realize, well, I don't want to do that, or I'm not going to do this. And I just learn from it, and it's like, I'm not going to do it. Or I realize that's not what I'm going to do. I'm getting all over the place. But bottom line, if you learn to try things and see what works and then approach it differently in the future if it doesn't go the way you wanted it to, it's not failure, you're learning. It's not failure, you are improving and finding the path that works for you. And I sincerely think that a mindset shift is what's needed for that. And if your fast isn't as long as you want, there's tomorrow. If your eating window didn't feel as good as you wanted it to, there's tomorrow. You can continue to take what didn't work to make improvements for the future. Woo! Sorry. Hi, Janelle. I'm definitely having a productive day. I hope you are too, if that's what you want. I'm definitely someone that has a hard time like not being productive. But for all of you out there like me, it's okay if our day is just enjoyment too sometimes. But yes, I'm having a productive day and that does make me happy. Desk put together, some work done here on the live. Then the mom show starts. I actually have to get apples. Oh, it's already 2 o'clock. I have to go here. Okay, no more questions. I'm going to get through these. No more after this. I have to get applesauce before I go get my kids. But good to hear from you, Janelle. Oh, diet brain. That's something I heard from your videos. Thanks. I have to work on it. And yes, I love fasting and keep on track. One of the best ways to stay healthy. Yay. Well, I am cheering for you. And I hope you stick around and just keep reporting your progress. Yes, I agree. Doing it consistently is way more important than doing it perfectly. And that is something I lean into as well. Let's see. St. Louis Ammo Man says, my wife is not able to fast with me right now due to iron deficiencies. I wished I had a partner in her, but this way I feel committed alone. I'm happy to cook daily for them. I definitely understand the sentiment, but bottom line, you're in it for your, well, that sounds extremely selfish. I don't think you're selfish. You are doing this for your health. Even if you fasted with your wife, your choices aren't going to impact her health. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, she needs to take care of her and the deficiencies she's dealing with. I know nothing about iron deficiencies, but I think it's great that you are committed. But you're not alone. You're in our community. There are so many different ways you can connect with people, showing up on the live. I love chatting with you. So I think it's great. Also, I bet you're making them amazing steaks based on previous pictures you shared. But yes, sometimes it would be amazing if you only lived with pastors, but that's not the reality, and I'm proud of you doing it for yourself. And I think it's great that you are committed to your health as your wife is pursuing hers as well. Thank you, Karen. Again, amazing coach here. Whew, that is like the biggest, sometimes I feel a little vulnerable on lives is you don't have a moment to collect your thoughts and to, you know, strategize or make sure it makes sense. So sometimes I'm like, aw, thank you. You guys are too nice. Jamie hit a plateau. I've lost 24 pounds since November, but I've been stuck all month not losing. What can I do? I still have 40 pounds left to lose or clean fast and OMAD. The number one thing that I would do, and it's always been like my number one suggestion, if you're clean fasting, that would have been what I said first. 2, I would do a down day and an up day. Give yourself variety. So 1, if your OMAD is 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. every single day, I would stop doing that. See if your body is craving a little bit of variety. So you could have that variety can also mean like longer eating windows. If your eating window is 4 hours for your OMAD every day, variety could be having some shorter ones. So give yourself variety. Don't have it be the same time, same window length every day. I don't know if you're doing that, but that's one thing that I'd suggest. 2, I would also really consider the down day and the up day that gives a lot of variety. So if you're good at doing OMAD since November, which is amazing, 24 pounds is nothing to be like frustrated about. I would be willing to bet that you are able to extend it and have a full day fast and then have an up day. That variety for me was super important when I was losing weight. Early on, I was experimenting and then I stopped doing it and I saw a difference. And when every single 7-day period, I had a down day and an up day, that's when I was very consistently losing weight. So I would definitely lean into that as well. Try it out, see how it goes. And you know what? I honestly don't think it would hurt at all. And if you don't like it, you can go back to the OMAD, but definitely make sure you're not doing the same thing every single day. I love that. I love the cheering for each other. Oh, see, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, Karen. Again, if you need a coach. But yes, I 100% think that having your OMAD at different times, different variety, not even just for the physical benefit, but mental, can keep it interesting and fun. And actually, I literally just had, or no, I have it scheduled. It's a hypothetical week, how to move your eating window. Because that's one question I get. People are like, you say be flexible in your OMAD, but what do you mean? And I'm talking about, I might have dinner, meet my husband for lunch, then go back to dinner. And between dinner and lunch, it's a shorter fast. But then lunch to dinner the next day is going to be a longer fast. And then if I go and have breakfast with a friend on Friday, yeah, that might be an even shorter fast, but then I have to go from breakfast all the way to dinner the next day. You're still eating one meal a day. You're still able to fit in all the social things. Whatever pops up in your day, you can prioritize your eating window to that, and you get the variety. So you 100%, I agree with Karen. Woo! Thanks for the assist on that, Karen. I love talking with you guys. I gotta go make applesauce. If you're ever interested, the easiest applesauce, my kids love it. I peel a bunch of apples. It literally doesn't matter. You just add a little bit of apple cider or water if you don't have it into your Instant Pot. And I think I do 15 minutes, maybe 8. But I just put it there, and then I'm going to leave, go get my kids. I'm going to let the pressure naturally release. Oh, cinnamon. You can either add Red Hots, which my kids prefer if I do that, or cinnamon, which is what I do most of the time. And it's all apple. And the apples are pretty, they have a lot of water in them. So you don't need a ton of water added. You just don't want them to burn in the Instant Pot. But 8 minutes, naturally release the pressure. And then I take my immersion blender and serve it warm. Literally, my kids go nuts for it. And that's what I'm making to make Mila happy. So that's why I have to go get in the Instant Pot. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining. I always love chatting. And I'm excited to catch you next week, and there will be all my posted videos daily until then. So thanks, guys. Thanks for your support and being a part of the community. Until next week, ciao, donna, ciao. And if you're on the 3-day fast, Patty, anyone else, we're in it together. Dad, if you're watching this. Bye, guys.